Lug is a perverted old man who was kicked out of his house, and he is also the world's best assassin. He reincarnates in another world when the organization that raised him as a killer takes his life. He finds himself in a magical world where his magical abilities are far more overpowering. He levels up his skills for his last assassination, and in this mission, he has 2 wives with him. But before all these events, Lug is given a mission to kill the top mafia members, where he takes them out one by one with his sniper rifle from a distance, with a new partner who informs him of the target's locations. He keeps killing the mafia bosses without missing a single shot, and when they try to hide behind the car, it doesn't bother Lug because his sidekick informs him of their location, and Lug starts shooting them from the other side of the car. Then Lug stands up and starts to leave, telling the girl that their mission is complete, because, as the organization said, they have killed the top mafia leaders. But she gets confused because she thought they came to kill all the mafia members there. We do only what we are told. We are not heroes. We do not do more or less than the orders given to us. And now we should leave from here. The girl asks him why the organization would only want to kill the leaders. Lug says because it is a secret organization. They want to control the entire country, for which they will need the mafia. That's why they only want to kill the leader so they can use the members. As they were leaving, Lug notices a drone that was tracking them. Lug orders her to quickly get in the car, and they both leave from there. Lug tells her that their new mission is to escape from the drone, because it has been sent to take their lives. The drone continues to chase them, and Lug realizes that if they stay in this car, they are surely going to die. He tells her to wedge a gun and tie it with a wire, and then he presses the car's accelerator so it keeps moving forward, after which they both jump out of the car. But even after this, military vehicles continue to chase their car, and the gun they had tied keeps firing on the military on its own. In response, the military fires back, causing the car to explode, and they have no idea that Lug and his partner weren't in it. On the other side, the 2 of them are hiding behind a big rock, and when the coast is clear, she tells Lug to head back to the base. But Lug refuses to do so because the drone is still in the sky, and it will sense their heat signatures. So they will leave during the day because then the drone's infrared cameras won't work properly. He notices that he injured his leg while jumping, so he bandages it up. After that, they both start resting. But that girl was way too nosy and kept bombarding him with questions. He tells her to keep her mouth shut and informs her that this was his last job. After this, he is going to retire, after which he will train nobodies like her as assassins. But hearing this, she gets angry and says that she is not a nobody. She was at the top of her class. If you are the top of your class, then maybe the rest of the students can't even kill a fly. After this, they start arguing, and then he takes her gun and places it against her empty forehead. These are the skills of your top assassins. You couldn't even protect your gun from me. You shouldn't trust anyone just like that. Why do you think I won't take your life? The poor thing is too scared to even move from there. After this, Lug returns her gun and goes to sleep on the side. But after a while, this girl who failed 7th grade aims the gun at him and starts repeating Lug's own lines back to him. But Lug is sure that she won't shoot him, and when she asks, he tells her that he had removed the bullets before returning the gun. In the morning, they both return to their base and contact the organization. They tell him about a drawer in which he will find everything he needs to leave this country. Inside it are 2 fake passports and 2 tickets to return to Japan. At night, they both board their flight, and Lug starts dreaming about becoming an instructor in the future. But then there's severe turbulence in the plane, and he sees the passenger next to him and realizes their plane has been hijacked. The girl tells him that there are no hijackers here, so Lug tells her that this is not a hijacking. The organization wants to kill him. After this, Lug stands up and starts heading towards the cockpit. A foolish air hostess comes to stop him, but Lug knocks her unconscious. After going inside, Lug sees that both pilots have been shot, so he immediately sits in the pilot's seat and tries to control the plane somehow. But then he sees that there is a fighter jet beside them, and seeing it, Lug realizes that his life is about to end today, and he is distraught over the organization's betrayal. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself in a strange world where a beautiful goddess greets him. Immediately after, she mocks him, saying he was Earth's best assassin and his death was due to the betrayal of his own organization. Lag asks her where he is and why she brought him here. The goddess gives him two options. First, he could be reborn on Earth as a baby, but he would have no memories of his past. Or second, he could be born in a world of magic and sorcery, where he would have all the memories and experiences of this life, and he would try to complete a quest using his skills, in which he would perform another assassination. Who exactly do you want assassinated? The goddess tells him that he just has to kill the hero of that world. Lag then asks her if reincarnation is such an easy thing. The goddess says, of course, souls have always been reincarnated and trained. He became an emotionless tool in the hands of others, and they eventually betrayed him as well. But when death was in front of him, he felt regret. He felt that he had never truly lived his life. Therefore, if he is reborn, he wants to live on his own terms, not as someone else's tool. But that the goddess tells him she doesn't care how he lives his life, as long as he fulfills her request. After being born, he will have 18 years to kill the hero of that world. The goddess begins transferring all the information directly into his brain, such as the language, culture, magic information, and everything else about that world. After understanding all this information, Lag asks her why she wants the hero dead. The goddess tells him that the hero will save the world from the demon lord, but afterward, power will go to his head, and he will destroy the world. Lag then asks if he can defeat the hero whenever he wants. But the goddess forbids this because the hero is the only person who can defeat the demon lord. So Lag should not kill him until the hero defeats the demon lord. Then the goddess shows him a lot of cards that have different abilities. He selects some cards from different categories, and the goddess also gives him a special bonus that allows him to use all 4 magic attributes. Once all his selections are complete, the goddess wishes him good luck and sends him to another world, where he is born into a noble family. That family is of a hereditary royal surgeon, but secretly it's a guild of highly trained assassins. Many years pass, and ever since Lag began to walk, his training has been ongoing, and currently he is in the forests to test his skills, for which he has to kill a rabbit. He follows the rabbit's tracks, hops onto the trees, and then hangs upside down to aim an arrow that directly hits its eyes. He brings the rabbit home, where his mother greets him like a little child and asks if she should prepare the rabbit for him. But Lag says he likes hunting and he wants to prepare it himself because he needs meat and protein to grow well. And since there is no protein powder here, he will have to manage with these things. After this, everyone eats the food Lag has prepared, which they all like very much. After dinner, his father asks him to meet in the basement, where they usually train. After a while, Lag reaches there, where his father asks him to take off all his clothes. He examines his body, and after observing for a while, says that he's ready for the operation. This surgery is a secret that no one outside their family knows about, allowing them to sense magical powers and many other things. This surgery is usually performed at a later age, but Lag has become strong enough that it can be performed on him at this age. Now, since he can't see because his eyes are covered, his mom feeds him, and when she starts teasing him, he goes to his father, who removes the cover from his eyes. When Lag opens his eyes, there's a beautiful view in front of him, and when he focuses on them, he can easily see things that are far away. He also gains the ability to see at night. When he looks at his father, he realizes that he can now see people's manner as well. After this, his father tells him that he has arranged a personal tutor for him, who will teach him magic from now on. Hearing this, Lag becomes very happy because he has long wanted to learn the magic of this world. The next day, he is forcibly dressed in girl's clothes so that he can welcome the guest. After a while, his tutor arrives, who is a little girl named Dia. She walks up to Lag, who looked like a boy but was dressed as a girl, and tells him that he's way too young to be learning magic. But Lag says, "You're also a little girl, aren't you?" After that, Dia casts an explosion magic to make him aware of her power and tells him that she is one of the top 5 mages of the Soizul kingdom. The next day, their training begins. Since Lag was speaking in a very formal manner, Dia tells him not to because she's only 3 years older than him. Then she places a firestone in his hands and tells him that with the help of this stone, they can check how much mana a person has, and she asks Lag to pour all his mana into the stone. But when Lag starts pouring magic into it, he doesn't stop. Seeing all this, Dia starts to panic. The stone slowly starts to become unstable because it cannot contain Lag's mana. So Dia immediately tells him to throw it far into the sky. Lag increases his strength and throws it straight up, causing a very loud explosion in the sky. Hearing the explosion, Lag's parents arrive and ask what's going on here. Dia panics because she thinks it's all her fault. She didn't know how much mana Lag had. But instead of getting angry, his parents become happy because they learned how strong their son is because of this. Before leaving, his father asks Dia to teach him some magic that would help with assassination. Lag thinks that these stones could be very useful in the hero's assassination. So he asks Dia where they can be found, but she tells him that they cannot be bought just like that. These are special properties of her kingdom. That night, Dia comes to his room and sleeps with him, saying he is like her little brother. The next day, they both reach a riverside where she gives him another stone. This time, she asks him to put only a little mana into it because she wants to check his attributes. First, she checks for the fire attribute followed by water. Dia says it's quite rare for someone to have 2 attributes, and she is also one of those rare people. After this, Lag asks her to check once more, but Dia says that and starts to leave. After Lag stops focusing, the earth attribute appears in his firestone. Dia tells him that the more he uses his magic, the more his mana will increase. After this, she demonstrates a basic spell to him and magically creates copper. But when Lag tries it, his pronunciation is a bit off and the copper he creates looks a bit sick. At night, Lag writes down all the things he learned during the day. But Dia comes to his room again to sleep with him. The next day, after a lot of practice, he creates copper just like Dia. Seeing this, Dia becomes happy because he's learning so quickly. After this, instead of speaking the spells, he asks Dia to write them down for him. Dia writes the spells for him, and Lag chants them, creating a perfect iron cube on his first try. After which, he sees that there's only a slight difference in those spells. After that, he asks Dia to write down the spells for the other metals as well, to which she agrees. And when Lag studies all those spells, he notices that the only thing changing with the spells is their atomic weight. Lag tries to explain this to Dia, but her thick skull just doesn't get it. So he tells Dia that they can modify the magic to create gold too. Lag writes a magic spell and gives it to Dia to chant, but she can't chant it and her head starts hurting. Lag thinks that maybe not everyone can chant it, and when he uses the spell, a gold bar appears in his hands. After that, he makes some changes to the spell and gives it to Dia to chant, and this time the spell works for Dia too, and seeing this, both are very happy. After this, Lag starts using his magic to create very complex materials. They go to the same riverside, and he uses his magic to create a rifle and uses a spell to shoot magical bullets from it. Dia also uses this magic, and seeing all this, he is very happy because he can use this spell to kill the hero. But to kill such a strong guy, such a small gun won't work. So he creates a massive cannon, and when he uses it to fire at a small island in front of him, it is completely destroyed. Its firepower was truly amazing, but Lag notices that the cannon's head has slightly burst, which means he'll need some different material for it. He asks Dia if she would like to make a cannon, but she says she's just happy with the gun for now. At night, when they are both sleeping together, Dia gets a bit emotional because today is her last day as a tutor. The next day, she has to leave for her kingdom, and since the boy has no emotions, he uses his magic to create a dagger from a very strong material. A material that had never been seen in this world. He shows Dia how sharp the knife is and says it's a parting gift from him. Dia is happy to take it, and in return, she gives him her pendant, which has a beautiful firestone, and makes Lag promise that if she wants to meet him, Lag will definitely come to meet her. The next day, she sits in her carriage and starts to leave, saying that she will definitely return one day. After she leaves, Luke's father tells him that he senses a lot of mana from his body and that the time has come for him to learn everything about their family. Later, both of them are sitting in the carriage going somewhere, and his father tells him that he is fully prepared to take his first step into the world as an assassin. He takes him to a prison where there are criminals who have been sentenced to death, and they are handed over to their family so they can practice new drugs and assassination techniques on them. Luke asks his father why he taught that everyone should have human emotions because they will only get in the way when taking someone's life. But his father tells him that he is not a tool. He is a human, and they want him to have a normal life besides being an assassin and to enjoy all emotions like a normal person. After this, they come to a cell where his father shows him a 19-year-old girl. He removes the blindfold from her mouth, and as soon as it's removed, the girl starts begging for her life. But his father tells Luke that this girl went to rob an old couple's house, and when they caught her, she killed both of them. After that, she set their house on fire as well. But she says that she was just looking for some food, and the couple's death was an accident, and that's why she set the house on fire, because she was scared. She starts crying and begs him to let her go. She says she will do anything to survive. But Luke, without hesitation, goes forward and cuts off one of her hands. Seeing this, she is shocked and starts screaming curses at both of them, because Luke's father had told her that if she begged for her life from Luke, he might let her go. But Luke knows what people like her are like, and he drives the dagger straight into her neck. A few years pass after this incident, and now Luke is 10 years old, and he has arrived at the market with his family. Since winter is coming, everyone wants to sell their goods as quickly as possible. After this, Ark uses his eyes to see people's mana because he has to assassinate the hero a year from today, and he will need an assistant for this task. But no matter how much he searches, he doesn't see anyone suitable for the job. The next day, he goes back into the forest to hunt, where it has started snowing. He hears the howling of wolves, so he puts his ear to the ground and thinks they might be going for their prey. Hoping to steal their prey, he starts heading towards them. Upon reaching there, he sees that they are actually going to hunt a little girl. A wolf goes to attack the girl, but Luke shoots it with his arrow. After that, he jumps in front of the girl to save her, and he wants to practice a bit with those wolves. So he gives all his equipment to the girl and uses magic to bring armor and a knife into his hand. A wolf attacks him, but he stabs it in the neck with his knife and finishes it off right there. Another wolf goes to attack the girl, but Luke kicks it away. Then two wolves attack him together and grab both of his hands in their jaws. But they can't break his armor either, and he just somersaults and throws them both down. After that, he finishes off the last wolf with a punch. Then he asks the girl what she is doing alone in this forest. But the girl gets nervous and says that she is not a bad person and asks him not to hurt her, explaining that her family is very poor, so they have reduced some of their members. Luke gives her his jacket and prepares some food for her. After giving her the food, he tells her to eat it slowly because if she eats it too quickly, she might start vomiting. Then she tells him her name is Tart, and in return, Luke tells her that he is the son of the lord of this area. Hearing this, she becomes happy and tells him that God told her in a dream that today she would meet a good person. So Luke thinks that perhaps the goddess wants to help him, and seeing Tart, he feels she is perfect to become his assistant. He wants to take Tart with him. "I will take you with me, after which you won't lack anything. But I have one condition. You must follow all my orders, including killing people." After telling her all these things,
he will train her, and if she ever betrays them, Lug will have to kill her. After dinner, Lug calls her to the basement for a checkup. This is the same checkup that her father performed on her. So he calls her there and makes her take off all her clothes. After checking her body, he says he's happy with her progress and starts to leave. But then she attacks him from behind, yet he easily throws her to the ground. She's quite skilled in using a spear in addition to a knife, but it can't be easily concealed. So he thinks about giving her another tool.
Yeah, boy.
Later, he sees her in the basement practicing her knife skills but she can't hold it properly, causing it to fall from her hand. She apologizes to Lug for starting practice without his permission, but Lug uses his magic to create a spear for her that can be folded to the size of a knife. And when Tat uses it, her aim hits the right spot every time. She even completely destroys her target. Seeing this, Lug praises her and they both go to sleep. The next day, Lug goes to the market where everyone likes him very much and everyone wants to give him some gift. He gets so many things that his carriage is full when he returns. He returns to his room. He looks at the stash of far stones he has collected. Although Dia hasn't told him how to make them, he has learned how to make them by analyzing the stone himself. After that, he infuses them with mana so he can use them as weapons later. Just then, Tat arrives and tells him that his father is calling him to the basement. When Lug arrives, his father asks him about Tat's abilities. Lug says he has trained her so much that she has become as strong as their extended family members. Can we trust her? Because it's possible that a spy organization sent her to steal our family secrets. That's not possible. I've been closely observing her body movements for years. She can't be a spy. If she were a spy, I would have killed her long ago. I also think she's not a spy. It must be God's will that things happen this way. Then they tell him that now it's time for his final examination, after which he will become an assassin. Are you not afraid? Lug says not at all. Then his father asks him to come outside because his first test is one-on-one combat with him. Then both of them go to the forest for their fight. Lug feels he has the advantage here because he has experience from his past life and this life as well. He climbs a tree, but then his father attacks him with arrows. But he dodges them and climbs higher, preparing to attack his dad with his knife. His father attacks again with a crossbow, but he dodges and throws his knife at him. But his father blocks the knife. Then Lug jumps down and comes near them, and their close-range fight begins. But his father was much faster and grabs his leg, breaking a bone. Somehow, he escapes from their grasp and hides in the bushes, beginning to heal his leg. After healing, he starts running from there, but his dad had already set traps there. Lug dodges all the attacks and moves forward. But then his father comes to attack him, and they both start fighting with knives. Lug grabs his hand, pulls him into the bushes, and kicks him, causing his father to hide in the forest again. After a while, he comes out and attacks him with a knife. But Lug had already predicted this, so he dodges the knife. But then his father comes and injures his shoulder. But during this, Lug also placed his knife on their neck, thus winning the battle. After that, they come out of the forest where Tat was making tea for them. While bandaging his wound, his father tells him that he has taught him everything he knew, and now it's time for him to go on an assassination mission himself. He takes Lug to kill such a vile rich man who uses his money to exploit girls. And after completing their mission, both of them come out through the window. That night, they complete many assassinations. They poison some and burn others alive. They make several assassinations look like accidents so that no one suspects them. The next day, Lug's father takes him to a rich noble when they go for his treatment. Then, on their way back, they tell Lug about his last trial, where he will have to live as the illegitimate child of a very famous merchant, and he will have 2 years to become a famous merchant, which will be very useful in their future assassinations. Because nobles often invite merchants to their homes, and sometimes the security doesn't even check them properly. After this, Lug's father throws a party for him, where all their extended family members arrive, and he announces that Lagu is the youngest member of their family who has become an assassin. After that, they announce that after their death, Lag will become the head of their family. But many don't like this, and one boy even throws a glass at Lag. He says he can't see a younger boy as the head of the family and challenges him to a fight because he knows how strong his son is. They agree to the fight, and before this cricket could do anything, Lag had placed a knife on his neck, ending the fight in one swift move. After that, at night, he goes to meet his cousin. He thinks Lag has come to insult him again. But Lag tells him that he is very strong and smart, so he can be a better knight than an assassin, and Lag will give him a good position. He hesitates a bit, but later he agrees. After Lag gives him a gift, both of them reach the city, which is basically the trade center of the entire kingdom. Upon arrival, they both change their get-up and Lag dyes his hair black. He even wears glasses. After this, we see Ma, who is an orphan, and along with some other orphan girls, she works as a guide for tourists. While doing this, they collect quite a bit of money and think they will be able to rent a room to stay. But then some people arrive there. Seeing them, Ma activates her magic and attacks them, telling the other girls to run away from there. But they all delay, due to which those people catch the girls. They take them to an orphanage and tell them that from now on they will have to stay here, and if they try to escape, they will be killed. They are given a room to stay and food items are thrown to them, which they will have to cook themselves. The next day, they make the girls do a lot of work. But when they are given sewing work, a needle pricks a girl's hand, causing her to stop working for a second. But then a guy kicks her and knocks her down. Another girl comes to save her, but he kicks her in the face too, after which he knocks her unconscious and locks her in a room. If any of you go against me again, you will face the same punishment. In the evening, while they are making dinner, a man comes and calls Eva outside along with Ma. Outside, he tells Eva to take off her clothes, after which he pours water on her and gives her a bath. She is dressed in very revealing clothes, and after getting her makeup done by Ma, she is sent with a rich man. Due to all this, Ma cannot sleep at night, and when Eva returns, Ma goes to her. But seeing her, Eva starts crying and tells her not to look at her body and face, and she goes to a corner and cries. After this happens to Eva every day. Every day, she is bathed and sent with a rich man, and gradually her eyes become lifeless, and Ma can't do anything about it. One day when Eva is called again, all the girls ask what they do with her. None of you have the right to speak. You are all the same, kept only to be rented out. After that, the same thing starts happening to all those girls. Frustrated by all this, Noin starts attacking her face with a sickle and says if her face is ugly, no one will do such things to her. Ma tries to come and stop her. But Noin was happy doing this because now no one would tell her to do these things. One day when Ma was working, she hears the voices of those people from inside who are now thinking of using Ma for the same thing. Hearing this, Ma gets scared and starts remembering what happened to her friends. She doesn't want to go through these things, so she picks up a sickle to ruin her face too. But at that moment, Lag arrives there and stops her from doing so, and using his eyes, Lag had already figured out her potential. After this, the fat man introduces her to the girls. This is Ilig Balar and he wants to buy one of you girls. Ilig says he wants to buy Ma. This girl is a bit special, so I'll have to pay a little more for her and it will take us 3 days to prepare her. Hearing this, Ma gets scared and seeing the fat man's face, she understands what he wants to do with her. But then Ilig says that from now on, she is part of his family. Listen, Fatso, if you lay a finger on her, I'll break your entire hand and shove it up your backside. At night, Ma is also bathed and prepared, and Noin is doing her makeup and says that if she hadn't ruined her face, the merchant might have chosen her. But thankfully, unlike them, she will only have to endure this for 3 days, not 2 years. She is also dressed in similar clothes, and the fat man starts to take her away. I will make quite a bit of money from you in 2 days, and the 3rd day will be my turn. Ma remembers how well Ilig treated her, and she doesn't want to let anyone touch her before this. She sees an opportunity and jumps out of the carriage, heading into the forests. But one of Motu's goons could also use mana and easily reach him. He grabs him from behind and before he can do anything, slams him to the ground. That's when Jindu arrives there. Weren't you supposed to pick this up in 3 days? What are you doing here now? He tells Patlu to kill Lag, but Lag dodges his attack, slams him to the ground, and then breaks his arm right in the middle. After that, it was Motu's turn to attack. He attacks with a knife, but Lag dodges and places the same knife on his neck. Tara disguises herself as those girls to catch those rich scoundrels, and when Noble was about to advance, he gets arrested. Meanwhile, at the orphanage, Lag fixes the girl's face and takes Ma with him for a new life. Several months pass after this incident, and he is working very well for his new merchant family. Lord Bella, who is Lag's new father, tells Lag that he has completed all the paperwork and they have legally adopted Ma as his younger sister, and now Lag can work with Ma without any suspicion. After that, Beller takes Lag to a room where he shows him a plan for a new store. Beller had also opened a liquor store some time ago, but it didn't do well, so he had to close it. So he wants to give Lag the job for this shop because he's the only one who can do something with it. After that, Lag has dinner with those two girls and tells them about his plan. He explains that they are going to work at the shop and they will have two main objectives. First, they need to earn a lot of money so it doesn't close quickly, and second, they need to sell something that will attract nobles to their shop, improving their contact for future assignments. The next day, Lag tells Beller that there are already plenty of such shops in town, but Lag explains he wants to sell something that complements makeup. Because makeup damages the skin, he has created a moisturizer that can prevent the skin from becoming dry and patchy. This thing hasn't been made in this world yet. When his fake stepmother tries it, she feels her skin become incredibly smooth. After that, she removes her mask to use it on her face, and we find out why she kept her face covered until now. It's so very ugly. She becomes very happy after applying it to her face because now her cheeks feel smooth from the moisturizer. After that, Lag tells her to try makeup over it, and she is amazed at how easy it is to apply makeup over the moisturizer. Seeing this, Beller is also impressed and tells them to pursue this idea further. Lag roughly tells him that it will take at least a month to fully set up production, and there's an ingredient that is only found in the Twelfth Day region. Beller tells him he can do whatever he wants. On the way back home, Lag tells Tata that he deliberately included an ingredient found only in their region so that Lord Beller couldn't remove him from the business even if he wanted to. And this way, the Twelfth Day region will also get more money. Several months after establishing the business, the moisturizer has become quite famous and everyday girls line up at the store to buy lots of moisturizer. But because they can't produce unlimited bottles, Lag sets a limit that each customer can only buy 2 bottles, and he has made Ma the manager of the store. And the girls from the orphanage with him manage the store together. At night while Lag was sleeping, he finds out that someone has entered their home and is near his bedroom through the ceiling. He thinks this person is quite skilled because he concealed his presence until he reached right next to Lag. Just as he was about to get up and deal with him, Tart arrives in his room and stabs the ceiling with her spear. And because she had applied a bit of toxin on the spear, the spy is now paralyzed. And we see that Ma was also in the ceiling, and she comes down to tell him that the spy has been captured. They take him to the basement and tie him up, after which they start torturing him to extract information. The next day, Lag gets ready to go to the nearby kingdom, where Dia lives, and he definitely goes to meet her once every month. Upon arriving there, Lag flies straight to her window. She gives him a lot of papers in which she has written her newly created magic spells. One spell seems very interesting to Lag, so he asks Dia to show it to him. Using this spell, she can float any object. After talking for a while, Lag gives her a box of chocolates, but Dia doesn't know anything about it because it hasn't been made in this world yet. After that, they spend their time like this, and before they know it, night falls and it's time for Lag to leave. And after leaving from there, he sleeps with Ma and Tart. When the morning comes, those 2 beautiful girls wake him up. Then they smell something, and Lag remembers that he got a bit too excited in his dream last night. Upon hearing this, those 2 girls start teasing him. A few days later, Lag was sitting outside his shop enjoying some tea. Then Tart arrives, and we learn that Lag keeps sending Tart to war for training, and she keeps bringing back something from there. This time, she has brought the shirt buttons of the people she killed in battle. While he is making Tart a fighter, he is preparing Ma for finance, where she is learning to extract information and communicate with people. With this help, he has met several nobles when they invite him to parties. But soon all these things are about to end because he has to go back home now. At night, he tells Ma that he is leaving the shop in her charge and returning home. Ma assures him that in his absence, she will grow the shop significantly and expand it to nearby towns. She talks about a similar location in a nearby town where they can set up their shop after purchasing it. Upon seeing those documents, he learns that Ma wants to buy her father's shop. Her parents used to run a company, but the company's own people betrayed them, killed her mother and father, and took control of the company. After that, Ma had to leave the town and flee because her life was in danger too. Lag thinks that she wants revenge, but he tells her she can do whatever she wants. Just then, Ma's friends arrive who have brought a gift for Lag. The next day, Lag was getting ready to return home, and here Ma discovers that his real hair color is silver. After that, Tart also gets ready and arrives there. Then both of them sit in the carriage and leave from there. But on the way, their carriage is surrounded by many wolf monsters. Lag and Tart get out of the carriage and tell the driver to hide inside the vehicle. Lag orders Tart to kill all those monsters, and she takes out her spear and easily kills all the monsters. Seeing this, Lag praises her and thinks to himself that now monsters have started entering the human region, meaning the demon lord is about to emerge soon. Upon reaching his town, Lag first goes to meet the farmer, who is very happy to see him. After that, they arrive home, where after 2 years, she hugs her son upon seeing him. After this, he goes to meet his father, who tells him that he is proud of him. He did very well there and along with Belor built such a big brand. His father asks him to sit and tells him that a few days ago, Lord Belor had come and wants Lag to leave assassination and work with him. His father tells him that he can do whatever he wants, the choice is his. But Lag says that he is an assassin and he went to that town to improve his assassination skills. If the kingdom finds out that we have killed all these people, they will destroy our entire family. I want you to leave assassination and live a normal human life with your Elik Banner identity. Even if something happens to our family, your life will still be safe. But Lag says that he wants to remain an assassin because he cannot achieve his goals by becoming a merchant, and he also wants to marry Dia. And because he is a noble, he cannot marry a merchant, and he starts thinking that this time it won't be like last time. Now he will choose for himself whom to kill and whom not to. He will not remain as anyone's tool. He wants to experience all the emotions that he couldn't in his past life. Hearing this, his father starts laughing and gives him his first assassination mission. He assigns him the job of killing a wealthy businessman who supplies legal drugs. The people of the kingdom are suffering a lot because of it, so it needs to be removed as soon as possible. After this, they tell Lag that he will have complete control over this mission, and Lag accepts it. Afterward, he calls Tart to him and tells her about the assassination mission. They have to take the life of Count Velkor, who is also a noble. After that, he writes coded messages and sends them via pigeons to Ma so that she can gather more information about their target. The next day, his mother wakes him up and takes him outside to show him photos of beautiful girls she has chosen for him. He just has to choose one of them and produce grandchildren for her. But Lag refuses, so she asks him if Tart is going to be the mother of his grandchildren. Upon hearing this, the reason was that he would even give his partners military secrets in exchange for noble drugs. As they were walking down an alley, a girl approached them wanting to sell them gooseberry jam. Seeing all this, Lug becomes suspicious of her, and to avoid suspicion, they behave like a couple. When Lug tastes the jam, he realizes that it contains drugs. After that, he knocks the basket out of her hands. Seeing this, some thugs arrive and Tart and Lug beat them up together, after which Lug goes to her and asks what she is doing. The girl says that if she doesn't take the drugs to her mom, she will be beaten. She takes Lug and Tart to her home, where her mom is addicted to drugs, and when the girl tells her she couldn't bring the drugs, she starts beating her. Just then, Lug comes in and saves her, pressing a pressure point to knock her out. Lug tells her that her body will no longer need the drug, but he can't do anything about her mind. After that, the two of them leave from there. When they return, they see that Lug's mom ordered cosmetics from her son's company, and Maha sent a letter with the cosmetics. In the letter, Maha informs him that the county is in charge of this crime and also explains the effects of these drugs on the body. but he can't be punished through law because he has the support of many high-ranking officers. The next day, Lug and Maha go to meet the Count so they can give his wife a test of their new products. On the way, Maha tells him that she and Tart also like him, after which she says some flirty things to him. But Lug ignores all these things and says that he only loves Dia. After that, they arrive at the Count's house where his wife welcomes them. After going inside, the Count's wife tests their product, which she likes very much. But she asks them why they wanted her to be the one to test it. Lug says that her husband's status is quite high, so other nobles' wives will think of following them. She tells him that until some time ago, they were quite poor and couldn't even imagine the luxurious life they are living now. Just then, the Count arrives and they both introduce themselves to him. At night, there was a family party at the Count's house and he invited Maha and Lug as well, where Lug learns that the Count drinks wine on the balcony every night before going to sleep. The next night, Tart and Lug reach a high place from where he can use his vision to see the Count's position. He uses magic to take out his sniper gun and sits in position, waiting for the Count to come out, where Tart is his lookout. After a while, the Count arrives and Lug, without hesitation, shoots a bullet straight into his head. After that, Lug starts to leave from there. But just then, he sees the Count's wife approach his body and break down in tears upon seeing him. Seeing this, Lug feels bad, but Tart reminds him that the Count deserved to die. After that, he leaves with Tart for home. Several months pass after this. Lug and Tart go to an island to practice their magic, where Maha was already waiting for them. When asked by Maha, she says she has both good and bad news. Afterward, they sit in the garage, where Maha gives him a lot of information. She tells him about a magic spear that cannot be destroyed. She is currently negotiating to buy it, and the person who has the spear is named Satanta McNess, and seeing his strength, it seems he might be the hero. After which she gives him the bad news. A civil war has started in their neighboring kingdom, and Dia's family is going to participate in this war, and McNess is the main soldier of the rebels. Hearing this, Lug becomes worried and goes to meet Dia, after which he asks her about the war. Dia says that it's not much of a problem for them because it's happening far from their kingdom, and besides, they have many magic users. But Lug tells her that they have a strong soldier who might be the hero, meaning it would be impossible for humans to defeat him. After which Lug tells her that Dia and her family should go to a safe kingdom until this fight is over. But Dia refuses. She says she can't leave her people in such trouble and tells him that they won't talk about it anymore. After that, they go on a date together where Dia has also dyed her hair. They play a game in the city where Dia can aim and win toys. Her aim hits the target and she wins a small teddy bear. Afterward, she gets hungry and they both go to a restaurant to eat. After talking for a while, they leave from there. On the way, they see a small child who was crying, and upon asking, they find out that he has been separated from his mother. So they use their magic powers to reunite the child with his mom. After which Dia says they should relieve their exhaustion, and they take off their clothes and reach the spring, where they go into the water and start playing. But during this time, Dia slips and Lag helps her and teaches her how she can float in the water without sinking. After that, they hold hands and lie down. And since Dia couldn't leave her people alone, Lag says he will help them in this war. In the evening, they say goodbye to each other and Lag says he will come to meet her again soon. But Dia tells him that she is going to be busy now, so she will let him know whenever she is free. After that, he leaves for home. After he leaves, all the people in the town take off their clothes, and we see that they were all actually soldiers. And although she told Lag that she was only going to do management work, in reality, she is also going to take part in the war, and she fears that she may never meet Lag again after this. After returning home, Lag sees his parents with an injured person. His father tells Lag that they have been given an assassination mission, which Lag himself will have to complete. Lag asks him who he has to kill. You have to kill Dia. Hearing this, Lag is shocked, and then his father explains that this assassination request is not from anyone else but Dia's father, because their nation depends on magic, and if Dia falls into their hands, they will use her power for their benefit. The only way to save her is to show the world that she has died and to drive her out of the kingdom. Now, after hearing everything, Lag agrees to do the job because he had promised that whenever she is in trouble, he would surely come to save her. After which his father tells him that Dia is his mother's niece, meaning they are cousins, but Lag doesn't care much about this. After this, he gets ready to leave. Then Tart comes and says she will go with him too, but Lag refuses because the path is going to be quite long and he wants to reach there quickly. But then she tells him that she knows she won't be able to keep up with him, but she wants to help him using her strength. He agrees to this and asks how she will help him. After that, she creates a barrier in front of Lag which will eliminate resistance for him. And because all of Tart's energy is being used to create the barrier, it will also save his energy, and due to negative pressure, Lag was able to run much faster. After a while, night falls there and it starts raining. Lag sees that Tart has reached her limit, but she doesn't listen to him and keeps moving forward because she wants to help him as long as she can. As they keep going, morning comes, and now her barrier gradually breaks, and due to the pressure, she flies backward, but Lag saves her at the right moment. After this, Tart starts crying because she cannot go any further, but Lag tells her that she has done a lot, and his energy has been saved considerably, after which he leaves from there. After several hours, Lag reaches the kingdom and stands at a distance to observe the entire environment using his vision. He sees that enemy forces have surrounded the kingdom, and their number is more than 1500. Meanwhile, Vicon's army has only 200 soldiers, and he also sees that there are some magic users in the enemy forces which can prove to be more dangerous for them. So he gets a little closer to them and starts killing the magic users with his rifle. But they quickly realize what's happening there and start shooting arrows in Lag's direction, after which he starts using explosive arrows, infusing them with mana to cause numerous explosions there. Meanwhile, he sees Dea in a room inside the castle. Vicon's army realizes that the enemy forces have scattered, so they take advantage of this opportunity and start attacking them. After this, Lag picks up a dead soldier so they can fake Dea's death with him. After a while, he reaches Dea's room. Upon entering, he sees that Dea was with her father. Seeing Lag, Dea becomes very happy and goes to hug him. After this, her father introduces himself as Count Vicon. After that, Lag explains to them the plan to stage Dea's death. He then explains what he has to shout to his soldiers, after which he will set fire to her room, and everyone will think this dead body is Dea. After this, Dea opens the window so the soldiers can hear her voice. But just then, Lag senses that a threat is looming around them. Then a large spear filled with mana starts coming towards them. Seeing this, Lag moves her away from the window, after which there is an explosion, and part of the room also blows away. But somehow, they all survive, and Lag sees that there was a brawny knight standing in front of them. Angrily, Lag summons the same cannon to attack him, and when he attacks with it, there is a huge explosion. But everyone is surprised to see that the knight was still standing unharmed, with just a minor injury on his head. When Lag uses his vision, he sees that the knight's mana and physically he is getting much stronger, probably because he has the rage mode skill. Lag tells the count that no attack is going to work on him. Vicon tells them to leave with Dea because now they can't fake her death, so now they will have to fight him themselves. But then the knight announces that whoever attacked him, he wants to duel with him because he finds his strength amazing, and if he doesn't come forward, he will kill everyone present here. And if Lag wins the duel, he will leave with his forces and never attack Vicon again. After which the knight introduces himself as Tanta McNess, and seeing his abilities, Lag thinks he is the hero Maha told him about. Lag knows he can't win the fight against him, but now the option to escape is gone. After which Lag isn't hurt at all. Comes to him. Lag regains consciousness, and seeing this, she hugs him. After this, Lag returns home where Tart and his mom welcome him. After this, several months pass and Luck's father tells him that the hero has arrived in their kingdom. Hearing this, Luck is shocked because until now he thought that Santan was the hero. Further, his father explains that the arrival of the hero means that soon the demon lord will also appear before them. After this, we see a boy who arrives at Elven Castle from Kart, whose name is Lord Pona, and he is the hero of this world. Thank you for watching the video till the end and keep subscribing to the channel for more videos like this.